time to lose the internet. Whoo, time to start a show and just have flat out lose the internet for a few seconds. And just supposed to be getting a little bit $1 internet around here. At least better than it was. And as bad as it ever was. Anyway, welcome to tonight's show. It's Lynn Dorman from Southern Fried Paranormal. We will be bringing out our guest tonight. Like I said, I was supposed to got a higher grade of internet. I got an antenna outside on telephone pole that I happen to have, and they said it's best just to throw it up there and get the best signal you can. And I'm supposedly getting the best signal I can, and now I've got a really good signal. Oh boy, this is strange. It's odd. It gets tossed around, but it's the best I can do. It's the best I can get. The only way I can improve it is to get Elon Musk's system, whatever it's called, Starstream or whatever it is, and that's $400 or $500 up front and $150 a month, which is a lot more than I'm paying now. Of course, the speed is fabulous, but I don't have $400 or $500. I'm sorry. What can you say? Anyway, Chris Garcia tonight. Let's go ahead and get this party started right about now. Hit it, Bomb.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Southern Fried Paranormal with Len Dorman featuring Bones. Catch us on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Spreaker, Facebook, Stream, and everywhere else you catch your podcasts. And of course, WLFE-DB.com. Now, from the backwoods of southeast Arkansas, right beside the Bayou Bartholomew, the longest bayou on the planet, broadcasting from downtown metropolitan Cane Creek Township, here is your host, Len Dorman.
Wow. Don't know what y'all got, but I got nothing. If you're not pay at all, but I hope it played for y'all. Let's bring in Chris Garcia.
Damn, it's just
Hello, Chris.
insane. Hi, Ellen. It's been a very, very, very long time. So, but
Yes,
it's
it has.
but it's funny. Go ahead.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead, sir.
My wife had a very unusual dream last week.
Mm-hmm.
She dreamed that she was in New Orleans at this tune.
Oh wow. Oh my God.
The Marie
Wow.
at the
That is insane.
at the
I already
Marie
know where
Laveau
that's going.
tune.
I mean, that
And
has a lot of energy
Marie
to it.
Laveau showed, yes, it
That
does.
I mean, of course, if you know where
She
that
was
you know where
Marie
that
Laveau
is in New
showed
Orleans,
her.
but that is insane. But for her to be having that dream of that, I would have to say is either she's calling her, or maybe there's some kind of energy that has been going on around y'all. So it's kind of weird that you are showing that.
Yes to both.
on here. Um,
Hmm.
so
Yes.
I would say that if she
The
needs
dream
help
consisted of.
within some kind of paranormal or some kind of spell work, or depending on what it is going on with her, she's been very known to do a lot of good things there. So if you want something done, I would do like maybe a petition, maybe leave roses or something that look up on her, um, stuff like that, and then see what you can find on there. Because the fact that you show that picture, that just it's a weird. I mean, I can't really say too much because then if I do, then more likely we're probably gonna have some issues on here.
Right. Well, her dream was she met Marie Laveau at the tomb in the cemetery, and then Marie Laveau took her
She met
around the
Marie Laveau at
cemetery
the tomb
and showed her.
in the cemetery,
Whoa!
and then Marie Laveau took her. She met Marie Laveau at the tomb, showed her in the
Ow!
cemetery, and then Marie Laveau.
You got
Yeah.
to cut that down.
So that so
But
what I would say, since I can barely hear, I can't even hear you. It's funny that you brought that up, and I can't hear you. So that's why I had to use my other phone to hear what you said. So we were going through that issue. So in order to hear you, I don't want to exit out because then we're gonna have to wait and yeah. But if you have something to say, then I'll just put it on my other phone because I have the phone right here so I can hear what you're saying. Because right when you showed the picture, I just went like mute. You just went muted. And I know I didn't press mute because I'm looking at my mic and it's not muted. So that's telling me that tonight is going to be one of those nights where
mm-hmm.
I say the activity is going to be kind of interesting. I don't know. I just get that feeling. Did my earphones die? Are you serious? Oh my god! You will not believe this, man. My headphones died. Can you hear me? Oh my god.
Yes.
That already says that's gonna be some strange energy because I can still hear you on the tablet though. I'm gonna have to charge it because that. You know what was crazy is that this. I'm not kidding you. This was fully charged. Okay, there is absolutely no way that the headphones can die. These are nice headphones. So there's some energy there. That is, there is some energy to that. Are you there, Lim? Can you hear me? See, he froze. Okay, there he goes again.
Yes, I can hear you.
You froze for a second. You just froze, and I'm like, say what? Okay, let me see if I can turn it up again. I doubt it. That is weird. Okay, talk. See, you were about to say something. You just wow. See, look, man, it's red.
Uh,
Okay, say it again. Did you just say something? Oh, I can hear you.
Nope.
I might have to get the charger, but go ahead and keep
No,
talking.
you can't. You can hear me.
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
So, but the fact
All
that
right.
the fact that she had that dream, I feel like there is intense energy there. Um, I think that for her to show up to her. I feel like she's, I guess in a way, she's kind of like guiding her to, I would say, to protect her, I guess. Is what I keep feeling, because Marie Laveau, she's, she does protect people that, that people go to her and stuff. Um, so for you to have a very vivid dream like that, I would take that as an honor, because that is a sign of the most powerful high priestess alive at that time. So that is
Right.
crazy though.
What was weird though, she took her to some of her relatives' graves and was pointing out to my wife that my wife was related to these people whose graves she was showing.
Okay, I'm charging it like that. I'm gonna have to charge it like this, because otherwise I'm gonna have to be holding the tablet. But for her to be showing, um, that is weird. Hold on. Um, for her to be showing the graves, um, I don't know why, but I get that kind of feeling, like almost like there could be some kind of thing that I feel, because it's kind of strange that you mentioned her, and I can't really say too much, but I would just tell you one thing, Lennon. I will message you in a little bit on Messenger, but just let me tell you something. The fact that you're asking me, I do have a connection to Marie Laveau, and of course you did not know that. You did not know that. So I have a connection more than anybody else can ever have. I can't really say why I have that connection with her, but it's just, put it this way, I'm very, very close to her, more than what you realize. So the fact that she went to your wife, that's telling me that she needs either protection done, work, and also that she's probably going to her because there's probably voodoo done on your wife. So knowing that she's an angel on the other side, she's actually protecting herself when she's in this aspect of showing herself. That's an honor to have someone come to you in a dream like that. That's some high protection right there. That's just, I mean, of course, you have God is a stronger protection, but but I guess God assigned her to your wife to protect her for some reason, and so then that tells me that if she's protecting her, she's protecting you as well. Maybe that you're not aware of it, but she's protecting you. So. And it's so
It's kind of
strange.
weird that she would that she would contact her last week, and you're on the show this week. You were supposed to be on the show last week, but we had that hailstorm here.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Do you want me to tell you a little something? But I'm not gonna say too much. Okay. I don't even know if I should say this, because I was told not to ever say anything. Just put it this way. She's my ascendant. That means I'm related to her. So that is even more stranger, because because I'm connected to her. So the fact that she connected to you in that dream the day that we were supposed to have me on the show, there's a reason why, because we are both connected. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna give you a little more detail. Now that you're bringing her up, I'm gonna ask you something, Lennon. I want you to just think of something, okay? I'm not gonna say too much, but there is 3 people watching, but I don't really care anyway. this is what I'm wearing. Now, if you really think about it, some people have been asking me why I haven't been wearing this. It's a little, can't really say too much, but just put it this way. The person that you just mentioned, this is her favorite color.
Ah,
So that tells you more. So, and I've always loved blue, but I mean, I've done my research on her too because when I was, when did we start? I think it was maybe like in my 20s or 17 or 18, something like that. I was always drawn to New Orleans. And the thing is, then, is that I've never been there. Never been there at all. And at the time, I was like, because I was trying to like learn more stuff about myself. So when I started researching, about stuff, she popped up on my phone. Her picture popped up. Not the tune that you just showed me. The picture popped up. And I was like, wow, why did she pop up? So then I started looking at other pictures. And I'm probably going to have to show you some pictures privately. I'll message them to you later today. Um, but yeah, there are some pictures that I freaked out and I was like, crap. So then I figured out that there's a reason why I was drawn to New Orleans because that was one of my past lives. I was there. Even though in this life I've never been there and I would love to go there one day. But it is really kind of creepy. Can you hear me? Okay.
well, New Orleans, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
And I've been to 60 places down,
Wow. When have you ever been down there before though?
including
Have you ever been down there before though?
uh, Florida.
Okay. Well, Florida's
Did you
not.
say? Did you say?
I mean, no, I said, have you been to New Orleans?
Yeah, yeah. I've been out
Yeah.
times,
Wow. That makes perfect sense. I mean, because you've been there.
including
I have.
going by Marilla.
Wow. So you've been there too. Okay, that's even creepier. Wow. Okay. So then that is creepy that you showed me that picture. I'm just like in total shock right now. Um, it's insane because she is one powerful spirit that you can call up on, but if somebody messes with you, she'd be the last person you want to mess with because she's serious about her work, like the way she was in life. I think she's more stronger in death, but I'm not saying that she wasn't strong when she was living, but I think she has more access to things that we're not aware of on the other side. So,
It is interesting. So I went to her tomb and I left her uh, uh the I, of course you know I kind of longer hair of her
mm-hmm.
tomb.
Yeah. Wow.
As a token.
Oh, wow. That is kind of interesting. Wow. Okay, so let's try something right now. Since you connected to her already. So I'm gonna use these cards. I have the Voodoo Tarot. I actually even have a Voodoo Tarot deck, but I'm gonna use this for now. See what comes through. So okay, so let's see what she's got to say through these cards. Okay, my Rose, since you came through, Lynn, and you were contacting his wife through a dream, what messages do you have for her? What messages do you have for Lynn's wife? Can you tell me? Okay. Okay, so so the first card I got was yes. Then she did come to you. And since you went to her tomb, you left a token for appreciation. So what I feel from that is that for you going to her, and I guess depending on how many times you went there, or if you went there recently, it goes back to what I said that there is something probably being done, and now and that you give her a token of your appreciation, she's actually protecting you. So that's a definite yes right there from her. Okay. No. Okay. The other thing is saying no. So this is something that what I'm being told with this card is that you have protection. Um, she did appreciate what you had gave her, but whoever is doing this has done stuff to try to hurt you. And I feel like it's like somebody that someone that your wife knows. That's what I see from that. But what I'm being told is that she needs to recover. So she's gonna recover. Your wife is gonna be fine. So I wouldn't take that as a threat, knowing that she came to her in a dream. That to me would be a sign of that if you did pray to her or you asked for her guidance, then you got it. Oh my God, you had to do that, Lynn. You had to put a picture. God, you. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're just catching me. You're catching me off guard. So the fact that you did that, I don't feel that that's coincidence that she contacted y'all that the week that it was supposed to be on. So that should tell you and your wife that I talked to her. The fact that she contacted your wife, that tells you I have a connection to her. So in case if you ever need anything, let me know and I have direct contact to her. Okay? And the fact that you put that picture on on the screen, oh my God. Okay, I gotta breathe. Lynn, you're freaking me out tonight. I don't know why I have this feeling, but I have a feeling she's gonna pay me a visit. The fact that you are talking about her, and I do feel that she's aware of it. Now I'm gonna ask you something. Then have you like before you went to the tomb and did your token? How did you find out about her? If you don't mind me asking, like how? I mean, how long have you gone to the tomb, or have you worked with her, or is this your first time?
Have I worked with Marie Laveau before?
Yeah, or this is your first time? Yeah.
I know I've
Wow, that is creepy. I don't see anybody else. Okay, I see that, Julie. I saw what you said. I don't even know who else is watching this live. Can y'all see who is in the chat so we can know who is watching? Because it shows 3 people. So just put me so we can know who you are. Because it shows 3 people supposedly watching the show. So I don't know. So, okay, I'm done. And it's funny that you brought her up. So, and it's crazy because um she's just a very strong force. Okay, what the hell just happened? Are you serious? Lynn, okay, this is gonna be a strange night, guys. It kicked them off. But the thing is, how the hell am I still on here? That is weird. Oh my god, I am so freaking out here tonight. This is insane. And it's funny because he put her picture on the screen. Yes, it is strange. And it's weird because this is his platform. So the question is, why the hell am I still on here? He would have kicked me out too. Lynn, are you there? Lynn, please come back if you're listening to your own show. Because this is, because I don't know how to do this. This is insane. Marina, are you with us tonight? If you are, what is the messages that you got tonight? I don't know why, but I keep hearing breathing. Hopefully he comes back because I'm just going to keep talking until he comes back. That is weird how it just kicked him out and I'm on here by myself. This is so random. Maybe I said too much, maybe. Don't know. Okay, what time is it? It's 10:29, so I'm going to give him about an hour. Well, that could be it too. Did y'all just hear that? Julie, did you hear that? I just heard a thump. What did it sound like? Okay, that was weird. What the hell happened?
Yeah. What happened is my internet company is busy,
What?
and we got disconnected by them when there's a lot of gamers around
See,
here
but that
connected to the
doesn't.
same
But see, it
internet,
doesn't make sense
and
because if it got disconnected, then it would
we
have kicked me out. Then it would have kicked me out
the
too.
tower connected us.
I'm not kidding, Lynn. I'm gonna tell you when it kicked you out. First, we heard like I heard breathing. Okay, then just not even 2 minutes before you pop in, we heard a thump. We heard like a thumping sound, and I'm like, what the hell was that? I can tell you right now, since you brought her up, her energy is very, very strong because for her to kick you out and then for me to be here, that is just so weird. I'm actually speechless tonight. Um, for Julie, can you share this out to other people, by the way, so people can witness this kind of stuff? Because this is just this doesn't happen every day. Hold on, what the hell? So I'm gonna send this out to other people so they can watch it because there is some strange stuff going on tonight. That was weird. Like I'm not kidding. We heard thumping,
Yeah.
and then we heard, and it's the fact that, and it's weird because right when it happened is when you put her picture on the screen. Not even those 2 minutes, it just kicked you out. But it doesn't make sense because if it kicked you out, then it should have kicked me out. But I was still on here waiting for you. I'm like, what the hell? Where did Lynn go? Because this is not my show. Because I was like, Lynn, please come back.
Right.
Because this is so weird. Like that.
Yeah,
That
I
just
got I
said,
got completely booted out. Julianne said, "I told you it was going to be strange," and she was right. Usually, when you and I are on here, we've done this a couple of times before, a little over a year ago, and it was strange then and it's strange now.
but it's funny because this time we're not just talking about anything. We're talking about her. So
Yes.
oh my god, I'm getting chills. Hold on, Lynn, look at my arm, dude.
Oh well, Chris. Mm-hmm. Uh, well, I did not tell you something about Gail, my wife. Her name's about Gail Thomas, by the way. The Thomases come from Louisiana.
What?
Yes, she's got several relatives. Her father's brother, Gail's uncle, lived in not New Orleans, but in Louisiana. And apparently, her father traced the family back, and the Thomases did come from Louisiana and settled in Southwest Arkansas about 100 years ago.
So then, but did she find out that if
And
she
some
could
of them
be
stay down
related,
there, but the Thomases are
could it?
originally from.
Well, you know what? I need to now. You're making me wonder if
It didn't go
there's.
back that far.
I have a
And
feeling
that's
that
what was
when you
so
said
strange about her being shown.
that's what I'm
Her,
thinking.
her,
Maybe,
the early graves of
maybe.
somebody that Marie was telling her were her relatives. So there could be some relation.
Yeah, and that well then that may if your wife is related, well, could be connected to her, then there's a probably connection with me and her too. Maybe there's a connection with me and you, and we're not even aware of it because I'm connected to her too. So I don't know. This is weird. It's so weird. I mean, but it's like every time I've noticed that every time we talk about weird stuff, me and you always have some weird shit going on. We've even had in the past where Linda was talking, and then I was talking, and there was a lot of like EVPs coming on here. You could hear the EVPs clear as day, and you would think, "See, there it goes again. What the hell is going on?" Dude, what? Oh my god. This is not cool. That's already twice. And you know, there's always something with me in three. So if it happens a third time, she's got to be around me because that. Okay, Julie, what I was gonna ask you, I don't know. Hopefully he comes back, but when you heard the thumping, what did it sound like? Okay, so I got two. I got show three here. How is that even possible? Are you kidding me? What the hell's going on today? How the? I don't get this. Like how? This is really weird. I'm telling you, this show is just so strange because every time me and him talk, it's always so weird, something weird going on. Okay, it shows three people watching, but nobody's actually saying anything. But I'm gonna share this to another Facebook because I need to see what is going on. This is so random. This is beyond weird. There's no explanation for this. Okay, let's see what it does here. I shared it on my other phone. Man, are you there? Man, did you actually share the link out? Because they need to see this weird stuff. This is weird. This is so weird. I'm actually sharing it out because this is weird. Okay, so while we're waiting for him, have you shared it out? Julie, two people on Messenger? Okay, there's four people now. I don't get it. Why? How does it still have me on here? You need to tell them, like, when you share it out, you said you need to check this out because this is some crazy stuff that's going on tonight. I mean, first it was like I couldn't hear him. My headphones almost died. Right when he showed her picture, it just went whoop, and I had to plug it up. Then wait, hold on, that's so strange. I just remembered something. It did come in threes already because first it was my headphones. When he showed the picture, it just went dead of the tomb. And then when he showed the picture, it kicked him out. That's two. And then it kicked him out again. So that's three. So there's those threes again. Then are you coming back? I don't want to do the show without him. I mean, this is so wicked. Hmm. This is weird. This is beyond weird. I have no explanation for this. It still shows me on there. Can shared it 5 times. See, that's weird. Julie, see, it shows one person on your end, but on my end, it shows four. So it must be people that know me. This is so random, but see, nobody's leaving comments, so that's the crazy thing about it. Then, oh, what the hell? Let me see if he's still active. Hold on. So random. Weird. This is very, very weird. See if he's still active on here. Just so weird. It says active 5 minutes ago. I don't know. Maybe it's a sign of something that because I've always connected with her, and well, I can't really say too much, but I have a connection with her. But that still doesn't make sense for her to leave me alone, and then this is his show, so this doesn't make any sense. See, it shows 3 people again. I want to see, can y'all see these cards? If somebody can see the cards, can you please comment? Because I see 3 people watching, but they're not saying anything. If you can see these cards, can you just comment so we can do a test? This is weird. Can somebody comment below? Still shows 3 people on here. See, it says on my end it shows 3. On your end it shows 1. Wonder if I can share it to other groups and maybe they can see what's going on because this is weird. See, but it shows on my end, it shows 3. I can even screenshot it. Hold on. I have to screenshot this. This is weird. Well, I don't know what's going on, but this is random. Okay, I'm gonna send you a message. Hold on. I send it to you on Messenger. Then are you? My God, this is so weird. I mean, I can get out of here, but but then there won't be showing. Then if he comes back, I won't know. I'll give him until like 11, then I'm gonna head out because it doesn't say he's active. See, now it says 1. So let's see what kind of energy we got. So we're waiting. Let's see what kind of energy. Can you tell me what's going on with kind of energy? Yes. See, within weeks, there's going to be signs of what's going on. Okay. There's obstacles that will disappear. Okay, I'm going to give it to like 11, and I'm going to head out because this is so weird. And what surprises me is that it usually kicks me out, and it's not even doing that. This is so strange. So do I just wait till 11 and then leave? Because I got a few more minutes. You want me to wait till 11? I got about maybe 10 minutes. Because this is weird. I can't be doing a show without him. It's not right. I'm still waiting till hopefully he comes back. I mean, I can send you the link and it'll let other people come in, but he's got to be like, he's got to confirm it. I'll wait for a couple more minutes and I'm going to head out. Unless somebody comments, but nobody's saying anything. stay on for 10 more minutes. Yeah, I know because this is weird because it's already 10:51, and then I checked his Facebook and it says active 1 hour ago, so that doesn't make sense. I don't remember her name. I would say maybe his wife would be on here, but mm-mm. Let me try. Let me see. Try messaging him. I don't know if I should call him. Then it might interfere. What the hell? He's not even active. Maybe I'll go through. Oh, there you go. Then
Yes,
what
I am back
happened?
again.
What the hell happened?
Uh,
I was waiting for you. I was about to leave. I
I,
said, if he doesn't come back, I'm leaving.
my my internet provider just shut down. We had zero internet. It's not this computer. I went out in the living room where Gail's on her pad, and her pad was doing the same thing. We got zero internet there for a minute. To answer Julie Ann Clifford's question, her name is Marie Laveau.
That is so weird. That's why I said if it kicks you out, I said I'm leaving. But I waited because I was like, I'm gonna wait till 11, and then I
Well,
had.
I appreciate you waiting. Like I said, we seem to have a faster internet now. Uh, our internet goes to cell phone towers, and which is subject to all kinds of stuff. Uh, we got clear weather down here. I don't know what the hubbub is unless we're having a tower problem somewhere around here. Uh, you got me.
You know what I think? I'm gonna tell you
Was
what
it?
I think. What I think it is? It's paranormal because you brought her up. See, there you go again. You're frozen. You just froze for like a
And
second.
now you are.
This is weird. I'm telling you, right when you brought that question up, I was like, this is insane. First, my headphones died. These damn headphones, but I have it plugged up right now. So, but see, I haven't plugged up. But that is so weird. Because then I said to myself, do I wait? And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait till 11. Then I'm gonna head out. I was gonna ask you, Lynn, if it happens again and it kicks you out or it kicks me out, do you want me to wait for you or just end it or what do you want me to do? Because I don't feel comfortable without you being here.
I understand.
Um,
If I get if I get kicked out again, let's just end it for the night.
okay.
'Cause we've gone
Okay.
almost an hour. In fact, if we go another 5 minutes, we would make an hour show anyway. So, whenever like I said, when I get kicked out, just go ahead and leave. And if anything, I'll come back and shut it down. But
Because
what
this
else
is
did you want to talk about tonight?
well, I wanted to talk about that theory about what you said about what you told me before the show started. Well, I kind of felt that I mean you said that that they're more likely dead, but like I told you, I felt like if they had enough time before they went that far deep under the water, if they had swimsuits or maybe not swimsuits, but like um a gear, they could have maybe gotten tanks and just opened it and had all that stuff in their mouth and just could have gone above water and they could have went on an island and the part could have just exploded. but more likely, like you said, they probably are dead. But it was so weird when they told me that, when I looked at the news, I said they found the debris and they didn't find any bodies, but they said that they could be down there. And I thought, well, if that's not paranormal going to the Titanic, then what the hell is? I mean, that is a whole nother
Right.
subject. I feel that if anybody goes to the Titanic, knowing that I don't even know how far deep under the water for a normal average, even with a tank, it's still, we don't have the technology, we don't have the equipment to go down there. So if somebody tries to go down there, they'll either lose gas or whatever provides the oxygen, because they can suffocate, they can drown under there. So I don't know.
What you heard that the owner of the company who was down there, he was piloting the sub. His wife
Wow. Well, that's, I mean, if, I don't know. I mean, to me, I mean, if somebody see, that's what they said, that now if people want to go down there to the Titanic, my mom told me that if they wanted to go down there, or if anybody wants to go down there, they have to sign an agreement, some kind of paperwork to go down there, because you might not make it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like an agreement that says, well, consequences, you might not come out alive or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I'm pretty sure they signed a waiver to go down there, because, the chances
they
of
did,
them
they
to.
did a
So,
nuclear powered Navy sub, which is the best submarine we can build at this time, can only go down 800 feet. That's the advertised. Now, if you want to talk about classified information, they can go about 1,000, maybe 1,200. But
mm,
I didn't see that.
okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
But
This is
that's
what
that's
gets
about
me.
it.
Okay, I got a
That's
question for
beyond
you.
their crush depth. And you're talking 2.5 miles. The Titanic is down, way beyond the nuclear submarine's capability to get to.
Okay, well, then, if that's the case, then this is what I'm going to ask you a question. If they have the technology the way they went down with it, could a sub go down that deep, or could a sub not even go down there either, like a military sub? Could it go all the way down there, or not even go down
No,
there either?
not even not even close. There's a big difference between that 2.5 miles, 5,280 feet. So they're down, which is let's say 5,280 feet. So that a mile is 5 times further down than our best nuclear submarines can go, and 2.5 miles
Hmm, that kind of makes sense.
about 1,200 feet versus 2.5 miles.
Oh, wow. Well, then, so then the military of any sub, like a Russian or American, can't even go down that deep. So then,
Mm-mm.
mm, so then we're looking at maybe what, 60 feet?
Actually, sub can go down there, but they're very expensive, and there's only two or three of them on the planet. And that was the problem. They were rushing equipment to the site, uh, because they were having to travel several thousand miles just to get a miniature submarine that can go down that far. Because those submarines are very expensive, and there's only a handful.
Hmm, that is kind of interesting now. So then,
There's one other problem with your thesis. It can only be opened from the outside because it was supposed to
Mm,
go down deep. You cannot open it from the inside just in case somebody bumped the handle or something. So there's no handle. They can only be opened from the outside. Even if they floated all the way to the surface, they could still suffocate if a diver didn't jump in there real quick and open the door, open the hatch.
oh, so they had to be on the inside.
No,
Hmm.
they got to be on the outside.
Oh, the outside. Okay, I see what you're saying on the outside.
If you open the door, whoever opens the door has got to be on the outside. The people
Okay,
inside.
that is kind of
Sure.
interesting. That is kind of interesting because
Dan, if you had the Empire State Building laying on you practically, so you got that many tons per square inch squeezing down on you.
wow. So then,
Because if you've ever
so
been
not.
swimming down to the bottom of a pool, your ears pop if you're at the bottom of a
Mm,
10-foot pool. In fact, some people's mine will pop if I'm at the bottom of a 5-foot pool.
oh
A
wow.
person without breathing half helium cannot go down more than a couple hundred feet, even a specialized diving gear.
So you're saying that
And
even
two
with
and a half,
diving gear, so even with diving gear, Lynn, they still can't go that deep.
not even close.
That is weird then, because well then because they said that it probably like exploded from inside. So
Yeah,
then
and
it could have
implosion.
been, yeah, it could have cracked from the inside and underwater.
Yeah, if
But
it
then if you really
part of it was fiber, which is dangerous anyway. A lot of it was titanium. But if it reached crush depth, basically this is like getting a bird's egg, crushing it in your fist.
mm,
It implodes, and you know, our normal air we breathe has a lot of hydrogen and oxygen in it.
wow, that is kind of interesting because I
So
mean,
when hydrogen, the air we breathe normally is crushed, it explodes. It all catches fire, but it's only a flash fire underwater because it's put out just as it starts. But in that one little split second, you have a fire, even a large submarine that consumes everything inside the sub uh, a half a second before it's crushed. Because it's just what because the atmosphere when it gets crushed uh, doesn't explode. You can't explode with that much pressure on you. It catches fire and burns. The atmosphere burns
oh wow, that is interesting
just from the
because
pressure. If they had an implosion, they were dead before they know what happened.
oh wow,
One minute they were looking
that,
at they were if they got down to the Titanic, they were looking at the Titanic and
that is weird because hmm.
they were living and then they were dead.
So then, so then an average sub, like a military sub, can't even go down there. Even the military subs, like the big ones. I'm talking about the gigantic ones. Wow, that's I get. Then that makes a lot
The
of. Okay, then that makes then
uh,
that makes
they
that makes that makes perfect sense. Then, but you know what really is what gets me is this is what they were asking. My family was asking if those people had been down there before, because they said that I think two of them had been down there before. Well, then this is my
Yeah,
thing.
the same.
If you, yeah, so then if they went down the second time, why go down the third time? If I mean, what the hell are they trying
This
to? I mean, because if they're trying to get treasure to
no,
go down to, you can't go
no.
down there because you can't see nothing. They say that even the people in the news, you can't see nothing. It would have been like clouded, or they would have lost oxygen that they wouldn't have seen anything
Mhm.
anyway.
This was a tourist trip.
Mm,
These people paid money. I think it's $250,000 to get in this sub as a tour to go down there.
uh, I don't know why, but you know what? Like I told you before the show, I understand your point of view, but if they did have time, like if somebody felt something before they got that deep, if they had gear on them and they know the pressure of so far, they could have gone real dressed real quick and then could have reached the surface. But you said that even at that, they can't open the door, so they more likely died. But
Mm-hmm.
something tells me that I don't know why, but I just have either a feeling that they either got out or they did die, like you said, or there was a setup. I don't even know why I'm saying that, but it feels like a setup to me. Like this is higher ranking shit, even though they was paid for it. They paid $2,000 for it. It doesn't make sense because they've been down there before. Why go down there again? And even I told my mom, I said, if they went down there, my mom's like, well, if they went down there, were they trying to get treasure? Even if they
Mm-mm.
got like halfway, you can't get treasure. There is just no way. There's just no way. You can't go down there. I mean, we don't have, like you said, we don't have the technology. We don't have the gear to even go that deep.
Yeah, they were talking about even if they found where the sub was and could send a robot submersible down there, uh, there's no way to get them out unless we had a robot submersible that could attach to it, attach to its hatch, and equalize the pressure, open the hatch, put them in the submersible that went down there, and bring them up. And we don't have any such animal. Uh, on the other,
Mm, that is weird.
but we can a crane with probably up to 3 miles of cable, and that's a lot of cable. 3 miles.
Yeah, that is a lot of cable because,
That's a lot of rolls of
that,
cable.
and
That's over
not even a,
15,000 feet of cable.
yeah, that is true. Wow, and and
And
like
then
I
you've
was
got to send
telling
a
you,
robot submersible down there that can hook up to it to drag it up. And then it's going to take you several hours to get it up because you can't bring them up very fast because of the pressure, the water, and they'll get the bends. They'll have so much
you know
hydrogen
what?
in the blood from the pressure they would it would kill them before they got to the surface. So it would take 2-3 hours at least, maybe longer, to bring them up. So it wasn't a matter of getting to them before the air run out. There's no way to bring them air because you got to bring that thing all the way to the surface and open the hatch before their air run out. And
Wow.
that was just when I heard it disappeared. I said, "Oh no! If they bumped into something, hit like say they hit the bow of the Titanic and broke them, there was no way on this earth to rescue them. And if
Damn.
something mechanical went wrong with it, there, we might could have hooked a cable to them and drug them up, if they could get the stuff out there in time. But when I just looked at Gail and said, when the thing first ran in trouble, I said they're dead. There's no way to
Yeah,
get them out of there.
and it's fun,
What they should
and it's funny
do,
that's funny you say that too,
if
because
it's
when I was thinking about the swimming, because I usually get like ear popping even when I'm in the pool, like when we swim, it pops too. So that makes sense, and it's just an
Mhm.
average pool, so that makes sense. So if you're going down a regular pool like a swimming pool, how deep is that? Like an average pool, 5 feet? Is it 5 feet? Hmm.
mine does. Uh, I've seen some pools. The diving is 15 feet. Some of them are
Yeah.
20. I
Yeah.
don't know what they
That's
use. I don't know what they use in the Olympics for diving. That's 20, 25 feet deep, and they have to wear
what?
earplugs because when they do the competitive diving, they'll dive, they'll enter the water and go uh, 10, 15, 20 feet up under the water before they can turn because they hit the water so fast.
That is
I have
crazy.
world respect for Olympic divers that do that kind of thing because it's quite amazing what they're able to do. And of course,
Hmm.
when you see them dive, they're under the water and they blow all the air out of their lungs because you don't go and
Yeah.
hold your breath like,
Yeah. That is true. Wow.
and you've got to hold not the air in, you've got to,
Wow. That's insane. Wow.
and then
But yeah,
not inhale. And to me, if you uh, try this real quick, Chris. Blow all your air out and hold your nose and see how long you can hold it without breathing. Exhale fully. Exhale everything out and hold your nose and see how long you can hold it.
probably not long. Okay, hold on. Not even long. I'm gonna be like, I'm drowning. But yeah, but it's weird because, but you know what? This is what's so
There are
crazy, and
people.
but this is the
There are
question I
people that
got.
can hold their breath like that for for minutes.
What is an average? Like
It's just
the
amazing to
people
me.
that are, yeah, well, I think average people that they can hold their breath for a long time. Like it's more than 5 minutes. I guess it's because
Yes.
I had my cousin do this, and I'm not kidding. I even did this, Lynn. This, and I did this only once, and I can't do it no more. It's I guess because it's. I don't think I know I didn't do no damage, but I felt weird. Okay, I started from one end to one end in the pool. Okay, I went all the way under, trying to keep my body down. But even though I can't keep my body all the way down, like I don't know how to keep my body like touching the ground. But when I went from one end to the other, I went twice. I went like one end, and then I went to the other end, and I made it to without coming for air. But then when I tried to do it the third time, I was like, like I couldn't do it. I had to come up for air, and I was like, no. And then I had my cousin
Mhm.
do that one time where he went all the way down the pool, and he did it like 3 times. One, two, three. And when he came up, I said, "Dude, are you okay?" He was like, his heart was like, bum, 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 bum. I mean, his heart was beating. So think about that. That's just swimming. Now imagine that far deep underwater. Not
Mhm.
even. I mean, I can't even hold my breath, and I'm not even under when you told me to do that. I'm like, I can't. There's just no way.
I can't even, not at my age. I'm not trained to do that anymore. When I was a kid, I could go to an average swimming pool and swim underwater from one side to the other. But at my age, I can't even. I won't even attempt it now.
And see, that's what's funny is that I did this maybe about 2 years ago when I told you what I did, and now I could probably go maybe just one, and then maybe just not even halfway. I haven't even touched the wall yet, and I'll come up for air, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore because when you're doing that, you can mess up your lungs, and because you're trying to breathe, you need air.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, when I look at the kids now, that I mean, I've seen cousins where they're very daring, where they go deep and they can hold their breath for a long time, and they can just flow like this, like they're dead. And if I don't see moving, I'll get panic, and I mean, I've had friends come over, and they're like this, and not move for like, and I'm just like, don't do that because you scare me. Because I mean, because if you're coming over, we're responsible for you. You're gonna drown. So I tell people don't actually do this because it makes me think like you're dead. You're not breathing. So I was like, don't do that. But but like you said, I can't do that breathing no more. Like I only did it one time, like the way you said how you should be able to stay down there. I can't do it no more. I've already tried it and I can't do it no more. I'm just like, and then when I look at kids now, I'm like, I've seen people hold their breath for a long time, and I'm like, yeah, I used to do that, but as you get older, you can't do it. Can't do it no more. So yeah, I don't know about you guys. Can you hold your breath for a long time? Whoever's watching, because I know I can't do it. Lynn, did you freeze again? She looks frozen, but I can still hear the noise in the background. Okay, I thought you froze. I was about to say, I was like, what the hell? Go
I'm back.
again?
I'm back. At least I wasn't kicked all the way out this time.
I know, right? But I mean, it is really kind of creepy. But like you said about the to me, I think just even going to the Titanic or even like the triangle, the what do you call it, that other triangle? I mean, there's people that either go in the
Bermuda
water or
Triangle.
that's another thing too. Like I think that's all paranormal. It's just unexplainable. And for the people that try to go to Titanic, you won't come back up. It's just no way. I think it's just even going to the Bermuda Triangle. I think that's dangerous too. And a lot of people have done research even on just in the area, and there's a lot of EMF, like a lot of EMF, on land. So they say that there's a lot of something in that area, like with the people that live in that triangle area where it's not near the water, but there's a lot of EMF, and they said that yeah, there's a lot of activity up there too. So imagine that, and then if you go to Titanic, shit, you won't even make it. You might not even see, not even an inch of the boat. Just come back up. Don't even bother because you're gonna end up killing yourself. But even this is what's weird too. If they can't go that deep, then what is an average scuba diver without gear, with just the goggles and just the thing? How far can an average scuba diver go?
Not very deep.
Oh wow!
Will force will squeeze back into your face. Uh, the mask will crack because you just got one atmosphere, sea level in your mask or your goggles, and all of a sudden that plastic or
Hmm. Wow, that is weird
your,
because
your eardrums are going to burst because you've got to equalize the pressure. And once you equalize the pressure, you can't come back up without getting that pressure out, without getting the bends. Because
even
you
with
come up too
the
fast, you get too much hydrogen. You get too much
yeah,
hydrogen in your blood, and that can kill you.
wow. That's just dangerous. I've seen people do scuba diving, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not a good swimmer to begin with. So, but yeah,
I used to do a little bit
it's
of
just
snorkeling. That's about it.
you just go like that and then come right back up because you can see like don't go too far because I can't see you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just
Mm-hmm.
but it is insane how a lot of that shit. And then I've noticed too, like you know how you said your wife was dreaming about Maria Laveau, but I think outside of her, I've noticed that a lot of intensity within visions have really increased. Um, I've came across a lot of people that have had really, really bizarre dreams where it seems more like there's another dimension, I guess, when you go to sleep, or it's just, I don't know. There's just a lot of people that are experiencing weird phenomena. So I don't know. I find it just so strange. But I've even had weird dreams too, and I'm just like, I've never even had these kind of dreams. Like I had a dream. Uh, I think it was maybe about a week ago. I had a dream about all these soldiers. Like I was helping soldiers, and then I thought I don't remember any of my past lives with being a soldier or anything like that. And I had soldiers coming to me in my dream, and they said, "Hi, Chris," and I'm just looking at them like, how the hell do you know me? And they said that they were expecting me. I've already had like
Hmm.
maybe two dreams of soldiers, and I usually have dreams like kidnappings. Um, I've had paranormal visions, like stuff like that. But anything of soldiers or World War I or World War II. So now that I'm having all these dreams about soldiers, I'm thinking like I'll wake up then and I'm like, what the fuck was that about? Like I'm like, am I having memories of dreams that or memories of past lives that I wasn't aware of? So I don't know what the hell is going on, but I've had some weird visions about like soldiers, and I thought, what the hell? Like, but that's just so unlike me to have those type of dreams. I mean, I'm used to having all these other stuff, and I'm thinking, okay, what's the next thing? Is am I gonna have another visions of aliens? Because I haven't had visions of aliens in a long time, but usually dreams like that, like Bigfoot or whatever, that's normal for me. But anything of soldiers or Vietnam, I don't know. I don't know what the hell that means. But I've noticed that a lot of people's frequency has like changed, so I don't know why I would be dreaming of soldiers.
Chris, I got one possible explanation. Uh, maybe you don't watch the latest news, but in Ukraine, starting early part of last week, Ukraine started a major offensive against Russian troops, and they're both taking Ukraine and the Russians are taking a lot of casualties. You're talking about a lot of people have been killed there. Uh, they're estimating Russia's casualties at 2 to 3 times in this year and a half war in Ukraine. They're thinking more Russians have died 3 times more than the United States lost in 10 years in Vietnam.
Oh wow! But see, but
They are
that's the
slaughtering
thing with
people over there by the hundred.
wow. So then that means that they're actually like chopping them off. Is that what you said? Like they're actually like chopping their
No,
heads, or what are they?
no shooting them. It's a war.
Hmm.
They're uh, using artillery, rockets, and drones against civilian targets. There's a lot of civilians in Ukraine have been killed. The Russians had kidnapped Ukrainian kids and took them back into Russia to be brainwashed into being Russian. And there's just been thousands killed on both sides. And right
Wow.
now, Ukraine,
Oh, that is crazy. I mean, to have dreams of
but
that. I mean,
they're
I mean, to
using some
have.
of our new artillery shells. That what they do, they shoot the artillery and they go up and then hit the ground behind Russian lines. And these artillery shells plant mines, and the mines go off in 24 hours or 48 hours, I think, 1 day or 2 days. And they go off automatically by themselves. You don't have to step on them or run over them
Wow.
themselves. And what they're doing when the Russians try to retreat, they're running over these American-made mines that are just suddenly just start blowing up all around them. Plus, they're
Wow.
using drones to either drop bombs, fire rockets, or several other purposes to kill people. When the pilot of the drone, of course, is miles away, flying it electronically,
Wow.
and
I
they're
mean, because
killing people that way.
yeah, because I mean, I've had like, because I do watch the news, but not that much. But when I do, now that makes a lot of sense. But I noticed that when I didn't have those dreams, a lot of them were coming to me, and they were like, "Chris, we've been expecting you." And I just looked at them like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to help you? And I guess the ones that I saw maybe have been already crossed over or something. Maybe I'm just not aware of it. But I think the last two visions I've had of floaters, I was just like, you should see my face. I was just like, whoa, because I mean, I'm usually having all these other things of dreams and stuff, and I'm just like, wow. So maybe there must be something I'm tapping into, and I'm not even aware of it.
Good. Uh, we've lost several Americans over there. There are
Like how
several
many?
American mercenaries. I think we've had about 3 or 4 killed. There are several American mercenaries fighting in Ukraine.
Yeah, and then it's weird too because I think we sent them. I think the last time I heard from them, we sent them F-16s or something like that, but we've
We were
never heard anything
we
by
we
witness.
haven't given them F-16s yet. Biden did not want to give it to them because he was afraid they'd use it to attack Russia. That's the deal we have with them. They're not to attack Russian soil. They can only fight the
Mm,
Russians in Ukraine, not invade Russia. And
uh-oh.
so Biden was real
I was
hesitant
gonna
about giving
say,
them F-16s. We've given
yeah,
them
I was about to
we've
say you
given
were
them
starting to buffer.
Bradleys. Hmm. We've given them Bradleys. We've given them Strikers, fighting vehicles. Germany's given them main battle tanks. England has given them main battle tanks, and that's a pretty good offensive group. You combine some of our Bradleys and Strikers with some Leopards and some Challengers from Great Britain tanks.
Yeah, that is true. I mean that's just weird though.
But
Uh,
several Americans have died over there, and of course they're not being paid by the United States government. They're over there because they want to get in a war. Well, I myself have volunteered because I know how to fire a gun on a Striker. I've also know how to fire a gun on a Bradley fighting vehicle. It's not a cannon like a tank, but it packs a good wallop against unarmored targets and can hurt a tank. Both Striker and the Bradley do have
mm,
weapons that you can use against a tank. And the main gun would just bounce off a main battle tank, but I know how to shoot one, and it tear a truck convoy all to pieces.
Wow.
And what I was thinking about doing is I was kind of a student of World War II strategies. There was a group of people that would go behind the lines in the desert and attack supply lines with machine guns on jeeps. And I was thinking
Wow.
about doing the same thing with using Humvees and
That that's crazy. I mean, but it's just
going behind. The Russians are dug in. They're entrenched, just like a World War I fight. But going instead of attacking straight line supplies,
that is.
because if you can
Mm-hmm.
cut off the ammunition and the food from an army, that army cannot fight.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know. I just think a lot of
And
yeah. I think a lot of stuff is just to me. I
uh,
think it's crazy. I think it's just crazy. I mean, all this wars going on, but I think a lot of strange things are going on too.
yeah,
A lot of stuff, and it's just I don't know.
yeah, it's
It's getting worse and
well,
worse.
Chris.
I mean,
In my life, uh-huh, I write it off to. There's two curses that I think work. One is the mama curse. The mama curse is when she looks at her kids that are bugging the hell out of her, and she says, "I hope you have kids just like you."
what?
That's the mama curse. The Chinese curse is, "May you live in interesting times." And I think everybody alive right now is a victim of that curse. Because right now is one of the most interesting times to be alive in the history of the world.
Mm-hmm. That I can agree on. Yep, that I do agree on because I mean, there's so much certain shit. It's just weird. That's why like when all this stuff about that they've been there going down to the Titanic. It's just, I mean, they knew better to go down there, right? I don't know. I just feel like they shouldn't have gone down there, but they chose to go down there. That's their choice. But I just think that, and then with all these shootings, like there was this one where this
Yeah.
dad and the daughter was playing. The daughter was just playing with her dad. She kicked the damn soccer into one of the other people's yards, and the neighbor shot the girl and her dad. But yeah, it's
Or
just
how
all this
about the guy
crime.
who was at the wrong, a guy was at the wrong house and uh, knocked on the door, and
I heard about that one too. I heard about that one too, and
of
I
course
thought,
that guy got arrested.
yeah, that's sad. I mean, you can't even go, and that's why I tell people when we go somewhere and we need a backup. I tell my mom, don't pull in somebody's driveway because you don't know if they're gonna shoot you. It's scary how before people would just say, oh, I got the wrong address. Let me just pull in this house, back up. Can't even do that shit no more because they might think you're a criminal or they'll just shoot you on sight. And I'm just like, nah, not gonna mess with that shit. But yeah, it's just getting worse and worse, and it's just sad. I mean, when I was growing up, I remember when I went to school, we could wear whatever we want when we want it, and this color coding with the clothing. I mean, I feel sorry for those kids. They have to wear the dress code and all this other shit, and there's shootings at schools, and I'm like, man, you can even go to school to learn. I didn't have to deal with that. I'm glad I graduated because I sure wouldn't want to go to school now.
It's a mess now. Everything is a mess. Uh, it's crazy, and we are one machine gun burst away from World War III. There's already a war in Ukraine. We've already said that if Russia steps a foot into Poland, mainland China has said they will attack Taiwan, which they consider theirs, in I think 2025 or 2026. They've said that.
Damn. Wow. Wow. That is scary. That is very, very scary. I think some
If
of us,
Taiwan if Taiwan falls, the world economy crashes. And North Korea has nuclear weapons. They have nuclear bombs. They are developing a rocket they've already had a rocket for a while to hit Hawaii or Alaska. They are now developing a rocket that can hit Los Angeles with a
what?
nuclear tipped rocket. Yes.
Oh,
And
shit.
if we end up fighting Russia in Europe, China in Taiwan, they will cross into South Korea, and we'll be fighting a war on three fronts. We'll have the army
Got it.
tied down in Europe. We'll have the Marines tied up in Korea, and we'll have the Navy tied up around Taiwan.
Wow. That
And
is scary.
we're in a world war. At Russia could not stand against NATO. NATO is way too powerful now, especially with Sweden and about to be Finland joining. We've got them way outnumbered. We could go in and crush Russia in a matter of weeks. And of Ukraine,
Wow.
and if they in Belarus because they reach you.
Okay, Lynn. I know you're talking about all this stuff, but you're starting to buff for every time we talk about stuff. You sound like me.
And but it would have to go nuclear, and the
That is crazy.
to aim against our carriers. If they fired a couple of those missiles at one of our super carriers,
They're asking for some
and it
deep
sank
shit.
it with all hands on board, that's almost right at 5,000 American dead. Now tell me that wouldn't shake up the paranormal if in say 15 or 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, 5,000 Americans die.
Oh yeah, that'll be a big commotion there. That'll be a big
It'll
commotion.
be a big commotion in our lives here and on the paranormal side.
I think it's just too much. We're dealing with all the shootings and stuff. So, and then they said that with all this built this wall when they had all that other shit going. That's a whole nother subject too. Immigrant. They actually put something near the Guadalupe River. I think it's like some weird things in the middle. And then I thought they're only doing that because for the people that can't swim. right? So I'm like, okay, people are still gonna try to do it. You know, if they want freedom, they're gonna come over here and I'm like, you know, and it's just a lot of people just they disagree with that because we have the war going on, like you said. We have shootings going, you know, at schools. We also have you know, you can't drive into somebody's driveway without getting shot. That's another thing. So it just seems like high security with all this, you know, gun violence. It's bad. You can't even go out anywhere. And if you do go out somewhere, you just have to watch your back and be careful because it's not safe anymore. I mean, it's just getting pathetic as the years go by. It's like it's getting worse and worse and worse. And like you said about you know us living
Mm-hmm.
to see this stuff, living to see this, and you know living to see all what's going on around the world. I think some of the people that have already crossed over don't have to see all of the stuff that they see. We're the ones that are seeing it with their own eyes. And I feel that even at that, with all the shootings, I think the United States is already at war, and we're just not even aware of it. Because there was this dumbass. I couldn't believe he did it. He was an Asian guy. I don't know if you heard about this. This guy had the nerve to steal a U-Haul. Okay, he stole a U-Haul truck, and I guess he was coming from New York or something, or somewhere, and then he landed somewhere. I don't remember what state. And then he rented a U-Haul and trying to kill the president. When the barriers are right there, you you cannot cross those barriers because even if you do cross them, he's got probably security on the other side of the gate.
Right.
I looked at it and I'm like, are you that stupid? Like trying to cross the barriers. I mean, that's why you can't cross the other side. You can walk on the other side, but you're probably gonna get shot if you even try to go into the White House or near the White House, you know, within the gates. I mean, but I think to myself, what kind of idiot does that kind of shit? I was like,
It's
oh my god.
crazy.
I mean, and that was like maybe about a month ago. And I looked at it and I said,
About a month ago.
yeah. I just said to myself, this you're even trying to kill the damn president. And I thought this is ridiculous. And a lot of the stuff I see, it really reminds me of a lot of movies. Because if you've seen a lot, I'm a big fanatic when it comes to movies. There's this one. Let's see if you remember this one. And I kind of hope he feels. I hope he gets better. Well, do you remember the movie White House Down with Jamie Foxx? I don't know if you remember that movie. I don't know if you remember that White House Down movie with Jamie Foxx. That is that one, White House
Okay.
Down with Jamie Foxx. And then they had what was the movie? They had Morgan Freeman in it. I can't remember the name of it. Um, but when I look at these movies, I said people are gonna get smart. They're gonna try to attack the damn White House through the air, however they do it. Because on ground, there's no way. There's just no way you can do it. But they're gonna be aware before you even come into the premises within the Washington D.C. You know. But I said to myself, people are
Hey,
just getting all these ideas from these movies.
you heard about what happened last month?
About what? No,
Luxury jet,
I didn't hear.
and it flew into Washington airspace, which is a no-fly zone. You know, when you get down to close to the White House or the Capitol, and it flew over. It was flying toward it, the White House, and they scrambled some jets. The jets responded so quickly. See, they're not supposed to do a sonic boom. Speed of
Oh wow! I didn't know anything about that. Oh shit! I didn't know anything
then they
about
can
that.
break. They can break the speed of sound and cause a sonic boom. There were sonic booms heard all over Washington.
Oh wow.
Hurried to
I didn't
fly up
know.
into the plane. They intercepted the plane because it made a sudden. It was flying up to New York, made a U-turn, and was coming straight down to Washington D.C. And so they escorted it, trying to contact them. There's no contact, and it finally passed Washington D.C., went into Virginia, ran out of fuel, and smashed into the ground.
Oh my
Apparently,
god.
they apparently they lost pressure when they were at altitude, and some they don't they the U-turn is unexplainable. They don't know what happened, what made or who or what made that plane change directions and start flying toward Washington instead of going on to New York. All they know is it was
Mm,
a few
that is
dead
creepy.
already because if they lost pressure, that's the only reason for that to happen. That people they were actually all dead. It was just a plane with 5 or 6 dead people on board that finally crashed into the ground and burned.
Wow, I didn't hear anything about that. I
But
probably
if
didn't
the
even do
plane's
the
coming into
research.
Washington, they know what's going on, and they'll launch planes to 9/11 will never happen again.
Yeah, because I mean, they got to be aware
They
of
will
that.
they will down.
Yeah, because they got to be aware of that. They have to be, you know. But that's what I'm saying. Unless it's that plane, which I didn't know anything about that, but maybe somebody hijacked it, and maybe the people that were in the back maybe took over and they just crashed the plane and died. I mean, 'cause there's a lot. I mean, we haven't heard hijacking since 9/11, but I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get smart and trying to do maybe commercial business planes and trying to think, okay, you know what? Maybe we'll just hit something. I don't know.
Right.
You
It's
never
hard
know.
to say, and it's just weird. We can't take chances. We get to intercept that.
Yeah, they just shoot the shit down. They shoot it down. They're like, nope, not in our town. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
yeah,
particular
but
one, it lost pressure. They died.
mm, that is kind of interesting though. But I never heard about that. I probably have to do some research. You got to send me that link. I didn't know anything about that plane. I only heard about the guy that trying to hit the house, the White House, and
Yeah,
he hit the barriers, and I'm like, what a dummy. And then he was coming from like I think it was New York too. He was on a flight coming from somewhere else, and then they said, what was his motive? He says, well, I'm gonna kill the president, and I'm like, oh my god. I said, this is insane. I said, wow. And then there was another one. I'm trying to think of another one where they're oh yeah, when he had to speak up, they made a big deal about it. He was talking, right? They're sandbags. He tripped over and fell. And they said, "Oh," they grabbed him and they said, "Oh well, we don't know if he's eligible for re-election, and his age is considered because maybe they thought he tripped." And I'm like, he didn't see what was in front of him. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Y'all gonna make a big deal out of that shit?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "It's gotten real bad to where it's ridiculous. It just makes a lot of, and then like you said, I think the paranormal field with everything going on, it's gonna trigger a lot of shit, like a lot of weird things, like Titanic is gonna be one thing, and then with all these people dying, and then with the what we had over there in New Valley with those kids, I feel so bad for those kids. They were too young, they didn't even start their life, but it's already been a year since then. But I'm just looking at everything and I'm just like, what the hell is going on with this world? It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I'm even scared to go out. I'm scared to go out sometimes, but we gotta, of course, we gotta go to groceries and that. But I said, just pray that we come home. Like it's a simple thing,
Mm-hmm.
just one little mistake. That's it. They're done. It's bad. But yeah, I think a lot of
See,
things have changed.
we live outside a small town, so and especially
Yeah.
out here in the county. Uh, One, I live on a dirt road, and people aren't coming down this road to steal something. It's a dead end road, so you don't have that many drive throughs. So when there's a strange car, everybody knows it. So they have limited places to go. You either go to somebody's house or you head out the back the way you came. It's just a one way. It's a two-way street, but I mean it's a dead end. There's nowhere to go. And we don't have any crime here whatsoever, mainly because everybody owns a gun.
Yeah.
And Arkansas,
What was that?
just blow them away, and as long as you don't catch them in the back, if you catch and hit them in the back when they're running away from you, then they'll bust you. But if they're on your property and they're backing you up, uh, you know,
What the hell happened?
you don't put.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's crazy. I don't know. It's just scary, for people. And I think a lot of stuff is kind of creepy. A lot of even things like the investigations. I remember somebody had told me too. I think maybe sometime last year that a lot of them they backed down because they said that they were getting scratched and getting really hurt and shit. So um, a lot of people just that I know that used to love the paranormal, they just back down. They're like, we're not doing this shit anymore because it's not fun. So yeah, there's a lot of people that I know that they just back down and they're just like we're just not doing it no more. And then I told them, I said there was like this friend too. She
Yeah,
would do reading. She would do readings, and I think what did she say? Yeah, she was telling me that she was like, I'm just tired of it, Chris, because now I'm like they want this and they want that, and I said you just gotta find the passion, for what you do. She's like, I don't know how you do it, and I'm just like, well, I guess because I don't give up. So
well, I think you hit the key word. Uh, it's it's criticism.
hmm that's exactly right. Yep, it's just ridiculous.
Dust. That's a lens flare. That's nothing. Uh, if people get discouraged, well, they find out that it's not as much fun as shown on TV. They overhype the fun. Uh, in an hour long show, you've only got about what 45. Well, no, you got less than that. You got about 38 minutes of show time, and the rest of it's commercials. And you
hmm
don't realize that they were at that location filming from anywhere from 2, 3 show.
hmm
And people don't
Yep.
realize that all this little evidence here, there, and yonder that they got, all they're showing is highlights. They're not showing the fact that this little bump, this thing moved, or these lights flashed for a few seconds were the only thing that happened in an 8 to 9 hour investigation all night long. on one night they were there. The other
Yeah.
thing that they looked at, again, a meter went off, or maybe there was some actual conversation happened a couple of nights later. And they don't show that on TV. They always act like it's one night. No, it's sometimes a week.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
people go on
I
an
guess.
investigation expecting stuff to happen. And a lot of times you go into a location, nothing happens. You've just got anywhere from 4 to 6, maybe 8 hours of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like
And
there's like the
people
best.
get people get
Yeah.
aggravated with it. They get bored with it. They lose their passion. And right now, you're getting a kind of downturn of people in the paranormal. Now, you're still having pretty good crowds coming in at Paracons,
Mm-hmm.
but there's not
Yeah.
that many groups out doing the work anymore. I can't get out like I did. There's
Wow. I
and
mean,
I'll be honest with you, most of the people in the paranormal here at Arkansas, and I'm talking only about 2 or 3 people, whatsoever.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even if they go
That
to
is crazy.
some of them don't even go to Paracons. And most of the people at the Arkansas Paracon, they were on TV for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, 10, 12 years ago. So they're still talking about that.
Mm-mm. That's crazy. I mean, but yeah,
Well,
like my friends, yeah, they just gotta find the passion in it. Like for me, with all the stuff I've been through, when I do shows or just even when I'm not doing shows, I'm doing because I do TikTok too. So, um, but when I do it, I make it fun, because on Facebook you can't play
yeah.
music, but of course, but I just have the passion for what I do. There might be times where I'm like a little bit down here and there, but but I have the passion to help the people and guide them if there's a missing person, whatever. But all these other people, they're paying them the money, right? They're paying them all this money, and they're just like, well, they're just asking me for this and asking me for that, and then I gotta pay this, and then I gotta pay for this stuff, and then I'm short for paying something else. And I said, well, I'm not gonna ask you, but I told him I said, I thought about asking him like, how much are you charging them for the work that you're doing? So you're able to pay maybe like one item or one bill, and then they're just like, well, I'm back to zero. I don't got shit. So they came to me and they're like, well, it's not fun anymore, and I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted, and it's the same people. And I said, well, then look for other people. You're looking for the same people all the time. Like I had, like my friend was telling me that she just reads the same people over and over and helping the same. I said, you need to expand. I said, that's where you lost the passion. That's where it's just the same old shit all the time. And then I said, if they're not listening to you, then either you tell them I can't help you anymore, or you refer them to somebody else and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna refer you to somebody else. I can't do it anymore for you. But they're like, well, they're probably gonna charge me more. Well, that sounds like more of a personal problem. But I've had a lot of people that just don't find it fun anymore. So I'm just like,
Right.
can't help you there.
That's it. Hang on a second. I gotta run one little short video because we've gone over 2 hours.
like, what was that? Yeah, it's just been just. Are you there? Again? Okay, that is already the fourth time. They actually kicked him out again. Oh my goodness. I'll wait for like a minute because I'm tired of being sleepy. I swear that is so weird. I tell you, it's just. Do I look tired? I'll be on for like maybe 2 more minutes and I'll message him. Do I look tired? Yeah, I'm exhausted because I still need to unwind and stuff. So I'll be on for a little bit because I don't know if I can go till like 1 o'clock. It's already 12, and then there's at 58%. Should I wait or just wait for like a few minutes? Because I am tired. But it's been a good show though, because I mean, yeah, I've had a good time and stuff. I'll wait for a few minutes and then I'm gonna head out. My back hurts. Oh, my ear.
Well, I'm back.
Oh my god, I was about to head out because I was already getting sleepy. I was like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, because
Clairvoyant
I
Rose
didn't
says
know.
it's bedtime for her. She's gonna move on. So I tell you what, let's just go ahead and call it quits tonight. Uh, like I said, my internet just burped again. So let's just go ahead and call it
Yeah,
quits. We can do this another time. I just had something right in front of my face. That was
I
weird.
know there's a lot. Yeah, we even heard a thump. We heard a thump though. I actually heard the thump because I was like, what the hell is that? Because when we were talking, there was a loud thump. It was weird when you were talking about the government. We just heard boop. I was like, what the hell was that? I was like, it's weird. Are you there?
So yeah, I
Okay.
was just saying goodnight to you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that, but I was say good night too because I didn't want to leave without saying good night. But thank you, Lynn, for having me on. If you want to have me on again, or we can continue it. The hell? Oh, I saw that
Yeah,
rose.
Clairvoyant Rose said all of my spirit box.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that. But if we want to do
Yep,
it again, we can do it again. Yeah, I
Okay,
saw
we'll
that.
do it again.
We'll do it
But
again. Now, just let me know what
yeah,
dates you
to
have.
Clairvoyant Roses.
Yeah, I
Okay,
saw that.
yeah. Uh, you get government radio. I was listening to a ghost box a couple weeks ago that has no voice bank, and it does not pick up radio. It has no antenna. It doesn't pick up radio,
Oh,
but it picks up voices. And we were hearing what sounded like military broadcasts, commercials of commercial radio, even though this was not, it's a ghost box figured up not using a radio. And some of the
wow.
stuff we were picking up is just absolutely crazy and on wavelengths that are not radio. So uh, I don't know if we were hearing some military
Yeah, that is weird.
Strange stuff. All right, Chris, I appreciate you coming by, and uh, just say good night to you, and
Yeah,
you take care of yourself.
you too. Good night, sir. Bye.
Good night. All right, everybody. We're gonna shut it down for the night. I appreciate Julian Clifford and Clairvoyant Rose dropping by. Next week, I'm definitely going to have another conversation with an internet company because this is not the kind of speeds that I'm paying them for. I shouldn't be going through all this. And if they say that's just the way it is, I don't know. Like I said, one of the choices to go with Elon Musk, and that's $400 to $500 just for the set of, which is quite a bit more than what I'm paying now. So I don't know. Maybe they can figure out. If not, I may have to do something else. I don't know. Anyway, good night to everybody. Like I said, appreciate all the people who stopped by the show tonight. Oh, I just got an unstable internet connection. Wow. Okay. Uh, but I will be back at midnight Central Time. That's at 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. And I will be showing a couple of videos. All right. Last week I showed a run of Amelia Cotter from last week before last Thursday show. Uh, this week I will be back on live and probably sharing a few videos and pictures of stuff I've done in my past. All right. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. And just remember the paranormal never sleeps. Good night, everybody. Good night, Chris. A podcast near you if you want to see our reruns. Good night. By the way, banners I make with uh, supplied by StreamYard. So Facebook and YouTube. This is not copyright music. It is